My name is Shawn Parker. I'm IT director at Elder Outreach. It's a nursing home management company in the long-term care industry. I've been there 7 years, and then I was at another company doing the similar thing before. We're a small organization, just two of us in the IT team. You need to have a mobile device management solution that you can show or you're doing your best to protect those devices and the residents and employees and information. So if you can find that a product to take care of that and kind of set it up and then not necessarily forget it, but let it do its job, and you can focus on the next biggest challenge in the cybersecurity field. Originally, when I first started at Elder Outreach, there was, 2 or 3 iPads around, maybe sitting in a desk, but nobody knew how to get into them because nothing was documented with them. People had forgotten the password, or there was employee turnover or something. And there was kind of just the way, at least with Apple, is you can't get into the device without that email address. And part of it's asterisked out. So we kind of just weren't able to use those devices. So it's kind of a loss of however much money they had spent on those. Around 2020, when COVID hit, especially in the nursing home industry, we were forced, we couldn't allow anyone from the outside to come into the nursing homes. So we were frantically trying to find a way the residents could communicate with their family members. And it wasn't like it was our choice. It was the government regulations were forcing us to lock down the facilities. So my understanding, we had a grant to get some devices to help with that for the families to communicate with their residents. So we knew the best use of the money was to probably get some iPads. But we're like, well, if we're getting multiple iPads for multiple facilities, and we actually had 9 at the time, so it wound up being like 75 iPads. And that was just a huge mountain to climb for us. How do you set up this many devices, keep up with them, make sure they're using the right Wi-Fi, lock down certain apps they shouldn't use just to protect the residents? And what if we roll them all out and they decide, oh, well, now we want Google Meet instead of Teams or Zoom? Do we just go tell everybody to go to the App Store and download it? And I knew it wasn't going to be a long-term solution. So we looked what was out there, and we settled on ManageEngine at the time. And it fulfilled all those needs. We could set up one template and have all of them have the right information and have the right apps locked down. And now going forward, still to this day, when they say they want a new app on it, we can just click a few buttons and they go out, and we don't have to worry about it. We don't have to worry about keeping them updated because ManageEngine does all that for us and reports on it. Mobile Device Manager allows us, with our small team of 2, just to be able to manage all the mobile devices that our organization has, either company supplied devices or things that have come with a grant, or just any device that we need to manage. We're able to just add it to that solution and not have to worry about it. It's going to stay in there. If someone takes it, they won't be able to use it. We know the settings that we need to have because of our regulations are on that device, and we can just, if we needed to, go in there and get a report, and it's going to show us what they're doing. We don't have to go grab each device and inventory it, or be able to check off a list manually, going and seeing which one has the right Wi-Fi in it or has the camera disabled for security reasons. We're able to just see all that in one dashboard. When we were evaluating solutions for managing the devices, we took into consideration, our understanding of HIPAA and High-Tech Act, and trying to go through with our cybersecurity consultant or vendor, that a big part of it was having a mobile device management solution just to keep us safe and to check that box with if we were to get audited for the HIPAA or high-tech, or if we're following the NIST framework. It does have a financial impact behind the solution. So, like what you talked about earlier, if we didn't do this, a device, somebody's going to forget the password, and then it's a waste. It's a loss of money there if you can't use the device. And also the potential of a breach, I think, can help offset that cost of the solution. iPad, even the basic one, is about like $329 where we are. And like we were talking about, it was about 50 devices. And then a breach of personal information, healthcare information, I've never heard of being less than tens of thousands of dollars. So the solution by far is way less than any of those. Even out of the 50 devices, if 5 or 6 or even that many got lost, it would easily make the solution pay for itself. So, and just the peace of mind, knowing that they're taken care of, we're protected in that area, that arena, made the decision easy. ManageEngine has a lot of products, many, more than you have hands and fingers and toes. But when you're a small organization like us, where there's just 2 of us, there's only so much of us to go around. So ManageEngine has products in every category to kind of help offset that loss of not having the labor. We have 5 products from ManageEngine, to kind of, ran into an issue where we have, 30 switches out there, and it's hard to know which one's full, which one has spots open. So there's an OpUtils product that has simplified that. Once you set it up, and every time you have a concern, you just go in there and you can find it. It's doing its job in the background. There's other products like AD Manager, AD Self-Service. It helps remind people that they need to change their password before it actually happens. And it makes it a lot easier for them if they do it before that happens. And AD Manager has a lot of reporting that helps us, where we're not having to go dig through our inventory to see what's going on, what devices have been offline for a long time. You can just have it send us a report. And in 5 minutes, we've reviewed something that could have taken a day to gather. This is my second year at the ManageEngine User Conference, and it's really a great, unique experience, because there's lots of IT conferences out there, but usually you're dealing with sponsors and lots of outside parties vying for your attention. But here it's actual people who are making the product. It's high up leadership that you wouldn't think you'd see out of a company with tens of thousands of employees. And it's full of information. There's always some big combined group sessions in the beginning that update you what's going on in the industry, like artificial intelligence, just to be able to have access to the people that are actually making the product and want to hear your feedback and can answer your questions. And everyone's so attentive to you. It's like a crazy ratio of attendees to people from the company. It's a great experience. And the breakout sessions are very informative and get detailed, and you get to get into the product and see what it can do and ask questions. And it's very valuable.